So I had to really work very hard to enter into your being, to find out the different permutations and combinations. First of all, I have to find out your basic problems. What are your basic problems are. Once you handle the basics, then you can handle the permutations and combinations. After finding the basic problems, I started finding out your permutations and combinations. And I was amazed how human beings were placed to their outside world and how they reacted to their outside world, and I identified that these permutations and combinations which formed within themselves were also capped by their other identifications, like the society in which they were born, like the nation in they were born, like the ideas that were there. All these things became much more important than the original being which is universal within me. And every individual had taken a very odd, funny, awkward type of a shape, which I didn't know how to reduce and how to bring it to proper growth level by which they start their growth. It was a very hard work. And the nights after nights I used to work while leading a very ordinary life of a very normal person. I used to deliberately behave like a very simple, ordinary student and show all my ignorance about things. But sometimes, truth has an awkward habit of slipping out, and it used to show itself. Then this working started, and one of the biggest major problems of human beings I found was the family life. And that's why I married. I wanted to study what are the problems of family life. And then I started facing these problems as if they were my own, and started understanding why people behave in this manner and that manner. Because these corrections are to be done, of course, by you, but much more by the divine force. And if I could know what are your problems, I would be able to act. Then other problems like political, economic and all these problems also I tried to study, because they became so important for human beings, which are of absolutely artificial value, but they did. So I had to see to that what makes them do this and what makes them do that. Sort of a human behavior science I had to study for years. And then as you start unfolding, or you can say unentangling or disentangling or taking out the knots of a bundle, you reach a point where all the knots are opened out and one knot is still left, you see, which is to be opened out. And that was done on the 5th of May 1970. And once that had done, the collective phenomena started working. And the greatest collective phenomena was that the Sri Chakra, being on this earth, could be felt through your fingers. This was never before so. Nobody felt the fingers enlightened. Nobody felt the vibrations on the fingers as such. But they felt it within themselves. Because the rising of the Kundalini and everything, and the way they developed themselves inside, they were more concern about one individual, they develop their inner being much more than their collective being. But now, because the Sahasrara of the universe was opened out, everybody started feeling the vibrations around them with their own hands. That means the chakras themselves were feeling. Before, now, the fingers which are manifested from the power of a particular chakra or chakras could feel the vibrations. That means the sensitivity of the divine which was in the chakras spread out to peripheries to such an extent that a human being could feel it on the fingers. This was fantastic. So, my job was to move from the center to the periphery. While moving that, whatever are the obstacles I met, I had to clear them out, one after another. And then once all the obstacles are cleared out and all the network is properly done, then to generate the energy through this happening of Sahasrara. So you can imagine how important is this day. Now this one is for myself. I don't know how many of you really know how much the divine had to go, and how many of you are really thankful to the divine for this tremendous work which was done through ages, and now especially for these 47 years of my life. Relentlessly it worked, keeping up the facade of a very normal, ordinary person. Because it had to reach to the ordinary, not to the extraordinary, but to the ordinary. And one had to take out the extraordinary qualities in the ordinary by making them deeper. This was the tremendous task. But then I must say that the Sahajyoga, when it started working out, I also was given very great workers, tools of Sahajyoga, who took it up upon themselves as their own responsibility. And you all should be thankful to them, because they really worked very hard with me, taking up upon themselves as their own responsibility. Very few, but they did. The rest of them can be divided into many categories. Some of them just came for their own treatment or something like that of a very low level, or for their relations. When they got realization, they got all their sick relations to me. Then some of them came for their financial and all sorts of mental problems. Then some of them came for their family and spiritual problems, for getting rid of that. But the ones who took it up as their own responsibility, that this is what they have to do, this is their life, this is what their complete meaning is. They put entirely their attention to it. And they worked it out, whatever was possible, on their own level. So, today we have to understand one thing. that we really need those brave people and those people who feel responsible, which is a very important virtue of Sahajyog. While personal things, your own chakras and your own problems and all that is not important. Because if the whole improves, you are going to improve too. If the whole of the body improves, you are going to improve. But if one finger improves, the rest of the body is suffering, you are not going to be happy either. So the main thing is, what are you doing for Sahajyog? What you can do, how far you can go, how you are going to work it out. In every walk of life and field of life, those who really work it out as a great responsibility upon themselves are the ones who will be given more and more powers and chances. Well, in Sahajyoga you'll find it's so simple and clean, absolutely clean. There is nothing hanky-panky about it. Right from money up to the point of you people are confiding things into me. You've been telling me all about you. I know everything about you, which I have taken into my ocean of love and have tried to help you in every way, outside, inside, solving your problems. It is so transparent to see how Sahajyoga is so much a mother to you. But while taking all the advantage with it, still you are more identified with your own enjoyments and your own idea of enjoyment. You people still do not enjoy that collective spirit which was opened on the 5th May 1970. You still, like in companionship, in company with each other, you enjoy it more like people who are not Sahajyogs. Now today is the day to make a big determination that you will start enjoying your collective spirit. Everything for the collectivity. Then the enjoyment will be maximum. You will never feel that you have sacrificed anything. But unless and until we have more of such people, the other dishwashers are of no use. Just dishwashers or of a very low-grade Sahajyogis are absolutely useless, who just want to take advantage and have a nice time and all that type of people. They are not going to make much mark for us. You don't need much intelligence for that. You don't need much money for that. You don't need anything but a complete desire. And one should know that here we are going to gain our own flowering, the flowering of the whole, of which we are the part and parcel. So you must make a determination not to bring Sahajyoga to your personal level or to your limited problems or to your own relationships. It is the relationship of the creation with God. It is not your relationship of anybody else's relationship. As in any machine, all the wires must be connected to the mains through one main wire. In the same way, you all must be connected to God individually, so that you all are connected among yourselves. I've been saying this again and again and again because at Sahasrara you are being blessed of this collective spirit. The second very important point is of complete integration within and without. Within, unless and until there is integration, you cannot bring forth the outside integration. The complete integration within comes by dedicating yourself to your own improvement. First and foremost is time must be given for your development. It's not to show me or not to show anyone. It is between you and yourself. You have to work hard to cleanse yourself. Easy to live comfortably with all the horrible chakras within us. But it is easier also, and the best, most enjoyable is to have very clean chakras. And it comes, first of all, is sincerity. First of all is complete sincerity. Are we sincere to ourselves? Sometimes it is misunderstood. People think if we have to be sincere to ourselves, we should deny Sahajyog. Sahajyog is the union between you and God. And the sincerity must be full.